With the Knicks being one win away from reaching the Eastern Conference Finals since the year 2000, I thought now would be a better time than ever to talk about some other Knicks greatness. Back when they had undoubtedly two of the top 5 best players in the league at the time on their roster, with one of them being a point guard that went head to head with Jerry West and some might even think he outplayed him. This is the forgotten legacy of Walt, Clyde, Frazier. Basketball in the 70s was really something special to witness. Basketball's greatest defender in Bill Russell just retired a season before, and that left the door wide open for any other team to capture their first championship. A completely separate league even emerged with things such as a 3-point line and dunk contest. Often considered the dark ages, these men paved the way for modern basketball as we know it today, and I will be here to share their stories. What's good, family? It's your favorite cousin, Commissioner CJ, and welcome to the Basketball Lore Archive, the channel that analyzes and appreciates the history of basketball. And today I have for you one of the most underrated point guards of all time. A man that could run the offense on one end and at the other end lock up the opposing team's best ball handler. And when them lights got bright, he always kept his cool under pressure. Of course, I'm talking about the New York Knicks legend Walt Frazier. For those of you that are not acquainted, Walt Frazier was a 6'4", 200-pound point guard drafted with the 5th overall pick back in the 1967 draft. He would play 13 seasons in the NBA, averaging around 19, 6, and 6 for his career, with shooting splits of 49% from the field and 78% from the charity stripe. He would finish his career with a point total of 15,581. That would put him in the ballpark of people such as Lou Williams, K Love, and CJ McCollum in terms of putting the ball inside the basket. But he wasn't just a scorer, as he was a 7-time All-Star, 6-time member of the All-NBA team, 7-time member of the NBA All-Defensive team. He made the All-Rookie Selection team, an All-Star MVP in the 74-75 season. He was named to the top 75 greatest players of all time. And oh, I forgot to mention, he's a 2-time NBA champion. And of course, that would mean he's a Hall of Fame level player. But all that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's really get into the nitty gritty of his career, into the meat and potatoes, and see what he was doing on a year by year basis. Sorry, but I gotta call this quick timeout. Did you guys know that only about 6% of you guys are subscribed to the channel?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm talking about my stats. As you can clearly see, only about 6% of you guys are subscribed that watch my content. If you're not already, please make sure to subscribe, as it not only shows support for the content, it also lets me know that you enjoy watching it just as much as I enjoy making it. Same with all that out the way, back to your regularly scheduled program. And now let's start at the place where most great careers tend to start, in college. Walt Frazier committed to the University of Southern Illinois, where he would spend all 4 years was gaining an education and also playing basketball. And while injuries kept him out for one of those seasons, when he was able to play, he showed that he was a top prospect in the nation. As over his college career, he would average around 18 points and 10 rebounds a game, while shooting 47% from the field and 75% from the charity stripe. And those ain't just empty stats either, because he led his Division II team to a 119-10 record when he was on the court. And along the way, he also picked up 2 All-American selections, while also winning the National Invitation Tournament and being crowned MVP of said event. And it would be that same year that he would fully commit to the NBA draft, where he would get selected 5th overall by the New York Knicks. During his rookie year, he would put together a very solid performance. In only 21 minutes of action, he would give you 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 45% from the field and 65% from the free throw line. And in his rookie season, the Knicks also made the playoffs that year. In those playoffs, he did more of the same, giving you 9.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and about 6.5 assists, but his field goal percentage plummeted from 45 to 36, but his free throw percentage increased from that 65 to the 77. And he would put in that work over the summer, as the following year he would average 17.5 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, shooting 50% from the field, 74% from the free throw line in 37 minutes of action. And he was ready for prime time when them playoffs came around, because this season he was ready to ball, as he was giving people 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9 assists in the playoffs. All that while shooting 50% from the field, but a miserable 59% from the charity line. Ugh. However, he would then make another leap in ability, and this time he would officially enter his prime, as between the 1969 to 1976 NBA season, as that time he would play in some of the best basketball in his life, as he would average 21 points, 6.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2 steals, while giving you 49% from the field and 80% from the charity stripe. And don't think this increase was just a regular season activity, because when the postseason came, guess who was waiting there for his opponents? Clyde, as over his career playoff games, he would average 20 points, 7 rebounds, 6.5 assists, while shooting 51% from the field and 75% from the free throw line. Now, with all that being said, what would constitute in being his absolute best season? Not only for him individually in terms of stats and awards, but also in terms of team success and where he led his team in the regular season and the playoffs. After doing some research, I have concluded that his best year would be the 1969 to 1970 NBA season. In that season, he would participate in 77 of the 82 games, and in that stretch, he would average 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting an elite 51% from the field and a respectable 74% from the charity stripe. He will also be named the All-Star this season, and at the end, he will also be named to the All-NBA First Team and the All-NBA Defensive First Team. He was so impactful and so important to the team that he actually finished 4th in MVP voting that year. And this was back in the time where the players determined who was the MVP. So his competitors told us that he was 4th in the league in the MVP discussion that year. And in the playoffs, it was just an extension of that greatness from the regular season, as he would average 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, shooting 47% from the field and 76% from the charity stripe. And it would be in Game 7 of the NBA Finals where he would have the best game of his life, with Willis Reed, the team's captain, being injured the game before, missing that game in which they would lose in a blowout fashion. It was up to Walt to carry the team on offense. Not only did that mean he would have to outduel Jerry West, the literal logo of the league, but he will also have to outduel Wilt Chamberlain and his scoring prowess as he tries to drag this Knicks team to their first ever championship. And with his back against the wall, with all the chips on the table, he delivered in the only way he know how, by putting together one of the greatest finals performances that we have ever seen in a single game. He would finish the game with 36 points, 7 rebounds, and 19 assists, shooting 12 of 17 from the field and going a perfect 12 of 12 from the charity stripe line. Now, there is some debate whether he actually got those 19 assists or was it closer to 9 or 10. But if you ask him, I'm pretty sure the only stat he cared about that night was that W in the win column. So the next time someone tries to tell you that Jalen Brunson is one of the greatest Knicks point guards of all time, you're going to have to tell them, wait. You forgot about Walt Frazier, my guy. Alright family, that's all I got for you today on this one. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and or subscribe if you haven't done all that great stuff already. It's been your favorite cousin, Commissioner CJ, and y'all boys stay safe out there, alright? Peace.
I draw it up and execute, I need a coaching job. I'm the type to help my man score, I'm finna throw the lob. These niggas ain't touching paper, they just broken lost. In the 300, it bends the earth like I train with Todd. Historic run, not for real, I'm on a global tear. Probably think I got the game rigged, I never played it fair.